Tell me when, Aaron.
Right after this
Rolling?
drink.
Yeah. Roll.
They call me the Danish. Danish and O'Neill. Danish and O'Neill. Danish and O'Neill.
We got a very special show today, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
It's Aaron's podcasting debut with Big Earl.
Little Aaron's dreams come true is what we're calling
Little
this.
Aaron meets Big Earl.
Yeah.
Meets Little Stevie from the E Street Band.
No, this is my new wrestling character.
Oh, yeah, I noticed it. Is that? Oh, that's an American flag. I didn't even know.
ERS is my new name.
Oh, shit.
Has that flag seen any wars?
Yeah, comedy.
The comedy
I'm a
battles?
comedy soldier.
It's the Barbados Wars.
There's a Barbados scarf.
Is it really?
I thought they went under on Melrose. You ordered online?
No. There was some slight reshuffling of the organization. He now has a new store on Sunset called OTD on this day.
Oh, thank God, dude.
Oh.
So Barbados is back.
Now he didn't move far.
He did not. He got a good deal.
I thought it was off-track dingus.
Isn't it in the basement of the Comedy Store? Is that true? They're running a pop-up shop?
Dude, anything's possible at the
Why doesn't
store.
he do a food truck, but for clothing?
He might.
You have to go inside the truck and try it on with other people.
Maybe I'll be the guy who runs it.
Can we tell you? So Aaron originally told us he was dying,
Yeah,
and that his dream for 15 years was to do a podcast.
with you.
I mean, I feel like I'm being set up.
No,
No setup, man. Why Aaron's going to blow you out of the water, I
This
think.
business has made me paranoid
Okay.
Why?
because I've been fucked at every turn in this business.
Who fucked you? Give us names.
I know
Let
one.
me say
I know one.
Wait, did you say Michael Jackson? This is your bit, dude.
I can't say that.
You told us a bit. You told us
I
a
mean,
Michael Jackson
it's-
bit.
Why can't you just say a different word for it?
Because, you know,
doesn't hit it
it's
as
like
hard.
a
You have to have-
substitute for the N-word. There's no substitute.
Okay. All right.
But this, for the listeners, it's not the N-word thing.
Well, for the listeners, I had a 3-time Emmy-nominated writer call me up and said, hey, I wrote
Bruce
this
Valanche.
joke. Bruce Valanche. I met him at Magic Mike.
Really?
I was with this girl. She had, like, huge boobs.
You? No.
Like, and she was skinny, double D jackhammers. And we got
Is that what her bra said?
trust me, she got a crash course in the business.
Bruce Valanche sounds like he was at 6. I'm not going to say the slur.
So Bruce was in the front row at Magic Mike.
Is this Magic Mountain Mike?
This is Magic Mike 3D, right?
I got 3Ds for you.
Bruce Valanche had 3Ds going in that bathroom at Magic Mike.
So we're in this huge theater. There's 3 people in there. Bruce,
Magic Mike, they're either crushing it, right?
100-seater, hundreds of seats. The 3, 4 regular-sized movie theater.
Oh, can we get an ass?
I'm on roids, hemorrhoids.
Yeah.
It's a new bit. I'm doing bitter shit early. So he's in the front row by himself. I'm in the back row with this girl. We'll call her Susie. And she's a store favorite.
It's unbelievable.
And I thought we'd sit in the back row and make out. Maybe I'd let the fingers do the walking. So the movie ends, and we all walk out at the same time. And I'm like, hey, Bruce, what you think of the movie? He's like, get rid of those double Ds. I'll show you mine.
Oh, yeah.
Out of town.
He didn't miss a beat.
Dude, and then what were you like? Yeah, he had a 10 body.
Yeah,
I don't know if he was a man or a woman.
I mean, well, that's the one girl I met off the L.A. Exotics.
Bruce Valanche has got double D dick hammers.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's a nice guy, though. I mean,
Nice enough to come at you with that line right off the bat.
he came in hot. I appreciate the...
Did you go home with him? You're like, well, you make a good point.
No, let's just say me and the broad, we took care of business.
Oh, because you were thinking of Bruce Valanche.
Magic Mike, we got you extra
Dude,
horny.
Did you have a seat between you, or you guys were sitting right next
we
to
were
each other?
sitting right next to each other,
Classic.
holding the thighs.
Classic gay porn theater move.
Valanche wasn't between you guys?
No, he was in the front row. Like, I mean, he really wanted to look at Channing Tatum's nips.
You want to get
Wait.
right up in there.
Channing
He was in Magic Mike. He was
Yeah, no, I know.
Kevin Nash.
What about Joe Manganiello?
Yeah, he was there. Pittsburgh's finest.
Who's your favorite, Mike?
Dennis Rodman?
Kevin Rodzilla?
The Rodmonian.
Hey, we're getting off course here. Ladies
Yeah,
and
we
gentlemen,
gotta bring in our guest.
But I don't know what to talk about.
What do you mean?
No, we're just going to sit back and you guys run with the
But
show.
why didn't I get like a memo last night?
Because
Going,
you wouldn't have shown up.
I would have showed up.
You're too scared. You're a podcast host. You can't
Yeah.
talk. I mean, do inappropriate.
So is this
Earl.
Inappropriate Earl on ATC?
Sure.
We'll
For
throw
a
out some
15-minute.
We'll throw out
No,
topics
you
for you
can't
guys
throw
to
out
discuss.
topics. Like then it's not. I'm not the host.
This will be great.
I don't know about great. I mean, I like to prepare for my interview.
What are you going to do?
Look him up.
Look him up. I don't know. I mean,
He loves softball.
I
Yeah.
bet he does.
Dude, this is like Larry King. Larry King didn't prepare.
Hello, caller from Schenectady.
Yeah, there you go.
Pretty good impression, right?
Dude, if you're not doing that on stage, you should be.
I do impressions.
Wait,
else?
what do you
Give us
do?
another one before we
I
bring
do
her in.
the final scene of Rocky 2 with Talia Shire and Rocky.
Let's hear it.
Okay.
Who do you play, Talia Shire?
Hey, you ever watch Rocky 2 at the end when he's jogging with all those kids behind him? You think Michael Jackson said, "Hey, fuck it, I got to go for a jog. There's a lot of kids behind that guy."
Is that an impression?
No, that's not the impression.
That's his impression of the situation.
So here's the
That's his
deal.
overall impression of the end of Rocky 2.
I love that movie. It's my favorite sequel because it's not just about Rocky. It's about Apollo Creed wanting redemption.
I thought it was a squeakquel. Rocky 2.
I know you're doing bits. dude.
Chipmunks.
Wait, what?
Alvin and the Chipmunks. All
Rocky and the Chipmunks.
Dude, I mean, I'm down.
right, I'm trying to get you warmed up because
I'm ready.
Aaron's just gonna be—he's gonna be rapid fire jokes.
I have a
Jokes.
feeling he's not, but like,
Aaron
He's
is-
right there.
Aaron
I know
is
he's right there.
he has a 14-inch glove if you want to hit on that.
That's true.
A what?
14-inch glove.
What do you mean?
For softball, 14-incher.
Oh, right. I used to play softball in the comedy store.
Save it for the interview.
Yeah.
By the way, I'd like to shout out my the guy who does the artwork for Inappropriate Earl, Andrew Stoke, and he's a fan also. He sent me this hat from Sylvester Stallone's website.
Let me see. What does it say? Doolittle? Dr.
But
Doolittle?
no, this is
Turn it around.
Stallone's hat from over the
I don't think
top.
I've
Oh.
ever seen you in a baseball hat.
You look just
Jarring.
like him. You look like him.
Turn it around, dude.
But
Turn that engine.
we gotta like. Here, let's act like we're gonna arm wrestle. I'm clean.
You guys should arm wrestle.
Oh, shit. He's turning it around.
I think his fit a little better than yours.
I can't wear hats. My head's too big.
Oh, real quick, before we bring out Earl, this weekend,
All right.
June 17th, I'll be at the Pantages Theater in Minneapolis with Arthur Shafir. And I'll then be June 18th at the Vic Theater in Chicago, also with Arthur Shafir.
Michael Vick Theater. Hello.
Yeah, dog fights.
Rough, rough.
The stage is lined with dogs.
So, dude, this has been this man's dream for how many years, Aaron? 15 years.
in the making.
To do a podcast?
Yeah.
He
It's not
set, he
that
sets his goals
difficult.
low, dude.
He's just been warming up.
It's not that difficult to do one. I mean, Kenny Lyon does a podcast. He's homeless.
I saw him the other day.
He got banned from the store again.
Well, I saw him
For what?
last
I
week.
guess he pulled a knife on a door guy. Like, the guy's out of control. I
Oh,
tried to
he's
help
always
him.
nice to me.
I tried to help him, dude. I'm like, I like to, that's the guy who started Roast Battle.
Oh, is it?
There literally would be no Roast Battle if not for Kenny Lyon and Josh Martin wanting to fist fight.
Wow.
And then Moses was.
That would have been a good fist fight because Kenny Lyon would have destroyed Josh Martin.
I mean, he knows karate.
And he's a wild man.
It's a little weird him teaching karate to those little kids, but like,
He's fair.
Hey, I support it, Kenny. So don't pull a knife on me. Pull a knife.
I
on
love Kenny. I take him out.
I love him too.
I'm at Rite Aid the other night, and there's some interesting things in that parking lot at 3 a.m. And I'm on the prowl from time to time, and I see this beautiful,
What does that mean? You're looking to kidnap people?
beautiful woman in a Mercedes, and I said, "Well, let me run some lines on her," and I get up to the window, and it was Kenny Lyon. Like, he looks like a chick from behind.
He's driving a Mercedes?
Yeah, Mugzilla bought it for him. It's some weird things.
Weird comedy store open
Old,
mic.
old comedy.
Insanity.
Comedy store open mic synergy.
He used to, Mugzilla used to give rides to all of the Dogtown Z-Boys.
He did give me a ride once to Orange County to pick up my car.
He also was briefly Bushman's quote-unquote manager when he was down at Venice Beach.
And landlord.
Yeah.
He He supposedly owned the hut. You remember when Bushman used to dress in like a leopard print?
That's where I met him.
Caveman outfit.
Yeah,
with a
Tarzan.
spear.
I mean, I didn't see him with the spear.
He had a spear.
Nah, he did not.
This is real.
Oh, no.
100%
We have
real.
video of this.
There's video.
And they have like a straw hut set up on Venice Beach, and he has a bucket for money. And Mugzilla was like, "Hey, man, you didn't pay your rent. Now I got to take down your house."
That's the big ending to the show.
But that might have been too much energy for a Mugzilla impression.
That's a crazy business.
My name's Mugzilla, the terrible monster.
I mean, Bushman beats Norm Macdonald in Star Search.
That's what killed Norm, Broken Heart, all those years later.
Yeah. And now Netflix picked up a special from Bushman.
Dead guys are getting specials. I still can't get
No,
into that
Bushman's
fucking
doing a
festival.
special.
It wouldn't surprise
He
me.
filmed it in the back of his minivan. He lives in.
Bushman performed at Norm's funeral.
I wouldn't.
Oh,
wouldn't
yeah.
surprise me.
Of course
started
I beat
screaming.
Norm McDonald.
He was screaming at the casket, "If you think that you beat me on Star Search."
Hey,
Norm McDonald is dead? Yeah, Bush, that's why you're here.
When Bush-
Oh, no.
You should have been there. We dropped the bomb when
Wasn't
Mr.
invited.
Belvedere. He
Mr.
found out
Belvin?
that
I've done
Mr.
comedy with him.
No, Mr. Belvedere.
Oh, that guy, right.
We told him that Mr. Belvedere had been dead for about 15 years, and Bush was crushed.
Because he was a judge on Bush's episode of Star Search. Mr. Belvedere's dead? Oh, man.
We also told him that he was gay, and also crushed him even more.
Mr. Belvedere was a bone smoker.
Yeah, that's what they want to be called right now.
That's what it said on the scripts. What it described.
Was it
the
Bruce
character.
Valanche? He's like, "You can't sit here. I'm waiting for Mr. Belvedere."
Well, you know, I don't like to get into people's personal idiosyncrasies in a movie theater. Although I did go to the gay porno theater once.
Is this a bit?
No, I really did.
What?
I had to go
What
in
triple feature did you sit in?
You mean by once is like, oh, let us punch your card.
Well, one time
this one's free.
I had a really good set in the OR, and I was just
To celebrate, you went down to watch it.
I said to Hinchcliffe, Gabe, you know Gabe,
Yeah.
I have a plate
Tebow.
you should go see.
Edgar,
Tebow
and
has
Tebow.
the best Gabe impression.
He's the chicken man of the valley.
I know, raging hot chicken.
First of all, all right, tell this story, and then we got to bring Aaron.
Got to
out.
bring Aaron.
So I had a
Aaron's
really good
dreams are
set.
being delayed.
I was feeling good, so I said to Hinchcliffe, Edgar, Tebow, and Gabe, "Hey, let's go to the gay porno theater for some laughs. I'll pay."
And what Hinchcliffe's like, "Oh, I'll take my usual seat."
Sounds funny.
I'm not getting into that stuff, man. And so we go down there, and I say to the cashier, "Yeah, it's 5 of us." And he's like, "That'll be $140."
Shut the fuck.
It's like $25.
You should have gone during happy hour. That's a crazy
Happy
rate.
ending hour.
What if
Hello.
Hello.
if you guaranteed you weren't gonna come on the floor in there? Would it have been less?
Dude, let me tell you. So, a couple months later, I was, let's just say, intermingling with a yoga teacher.
Oh, by the way, did you go to the theater?
This
This ties in. Okay.
So I said, "Hey, listen, will you go with me to the gay porno theater? Like, I want to go."
I left my wallet there.
Well, I left my wallet chain there. And she's like, "Yeah, no problem." And so she smoked some weed or whatever to experience the buzz. And so we go in there, and the guy's like, "Cash or charge?" I'm like, "This is definitely a cash purchase, Holmes." And so he's like, "Well, where do you guys want to go?" I said, "Well, how about the straight room?" He's like, "Oh, nobody goes in there." I'm like, "Well, we're going to go in there. Where is it?" He's like, "It's by the bathroom upstairs." So we go in the straight room, and it's like literally the size of a closet, and it's got a TV with rabbit ears in it. It's not even playing porn. It's playing an old episode of Miami Vice.
Golden Girls.
Which is
Golden Triangle in Miami Vice.
Oh.
Great episode.
perfect for you. You're like, oh, they put this on. I can now impress her with my knowledge.
Dude, you're
I
like,
did. John Santucci was the CIA
yeah, but
agent.
you jerked off to it probably, and then you went down and go, "Hey, it's not a straight room anymore."
I'm like, "Hey, good call." Sorry, something's in my eye. So we go downstairs, and I'm like, "What else would you recommend?" He's like,
Yeah, because I didn't like anything that was on the channel.
"Oh, you should go in the tranny room. That's amazing." And second door to the left, And it's like Eyes Wide Shut in there. It's very dark, just people, random people. Like it's like an ant farm of depravity.
There's a lot of people in there?
Oh, it's like probably it's like the Comedy Store. Like it's so big inside, but you drive by, you don't realize how big it is.
Was there a line for the glory hole in the bathroom?
Unbelievable, the stench in there. I would do a special there. The big room, it's got like, it could probably seat, it's like the size of the main room, but it's got a walkway in the middle. Like I would totally do a special there. You know,
You're like, after the movie's over.
During the
know?
movie.
Maybe.
If you like that movie, you're going to love what's happening next.
Hey, a doctor said wrecked him. I said kill them. The smell of bleach is unbelievable in there. And so the tranny porn room is packed, wall to wall. You can't move in there. So many people in there. People having sex. One guy in the front row completely naked, just jacking off.
Were you that guy?
No, it was my brother. Hello.
They serving food, pretzels, hot dogs.
Pretzels, popcorn.
Did you go, oops, I dropped my glasses on the ground?
Well, the guy, there's only one employee. The guy who works the cashier booth then jumped behind the concession stand.
Oh!
And he's got like a broom. He's not, no gloves.
He's got a squeegee for the jizz.
Yeah. Oh, dude, the stench in there is
Do you think they're
unbelievable.
making fucking just...
all
Because everyone's
cash.
paying cash.
All
Do you think they're just
cash.
making boatloads of fucking money?
They got to have a deal with the cops because there was sexual activity going on.
A couple cops are in there.
Probably.
And
Yeah.
a construction worker and a Native
And an
American.
Indian. You know, only one of the village people was gay in real life.
Yeah, I heard that. I think you told me that.
Which one?
I'm going to assume.
The one that I fucked? Did
No, I'm going to assume it's the guy who died of AIDS, but like.
you say you're going to sue him?
No, I'm going
You
to
should
assume
sue him.
it was the guy.
You should sue him, though, and say, oh, my whole life I thought they were all gay.
I thought you were going to sue him because he gave it to you. Didn't tell
Well,
you.
I can't catch it twice. Hello.
Hey, no.
Baba Booey.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen,
Here.
15 years in the making.
Do you have a website so I can look up some information?
No, dude, you're just going to have to
Wikipedia.
wing it, man.
Yeah,
going-
This is boot camp. Okay,
But I already run 2 podcasts. I don't need a third.
how many episodes have you done of yours?
Of Inappropriate Earl on, and yes, I might have. Well, we went over this before. I was shadow banned for a bit on iTunes, but
Yeah.
I took a shot.
You have to.
You know,
You're a 3-time Emmy award-winning writer.
I'm not.
Oh.
But the girl who gave me that joke is.
So how many podcast episodes have you done? Of
350 episodes of the
Nice.
Inappropriate
So
Earl
it's like
podcast. I mean, it's like the little podcast that nobody listens
But
to.
we've probably done about 650 episodes with all of them. So we're the veterans here.
100%. And I'm 7 episodes into the Comedy Store Wrestling podcast.
Check that out, ladies and gentlemen. If you're wrestling, by the way, you might be inking an exclusive deal with AEW.
You know, there's talks. You know, we might get. We got some big guests coming up, maybe, and I'll mark out if Sting comes in. Steve Borden.
You said you might get Mean Gene's second cousin on the show.
That's Todd Okerlund. He's part of the Nicholas Brothers dance team.
I saw you in the crowd of AEW wearing that very same hat you're wearing now.
I paid $1,000 for a 4th row ticket, and let me tell you, it was well worth the money.
That's 5 tanks of gas for you.
Dude, it was. By the way, so I've been watching these things on YouTube called Hood War Stories. I have no affiliation. I get no money, and he does these gang breakdowns. So I thought, I haven't been to the forum in a while. Let me check this guy's YouTube page for gangs around the forum.
Yeah.
Just
And-
to familiar, if you see anybody, you
'Cause
can
I drive a red
know
car.
what signs to throw.
Yeah.
What sign is that?
It's
Inappropriate
8
Earl?
Tray Crips. Sucker.
So what'd you
So there's one gang, I think it's like the Rolling 40s. Their home base is the cemetery across the way from the forum. And I drive a red car. So they probably think I'm a blood. Blood.
Did you paint it? Did you paint it different color?
Did you
painted
wrote
it.
not a blood?
I painted it blue. My Jeep's blue now.
Dude, if you go on any of those gang maps,
Yeah.
they're like I looked in
They're
my
everywhere.
neighborhood and I go, what the fuck?
It's the same thing.
They're
with
right. They're all just surround you.
The sex offenders database. I looked up Larrabee, the street I live on.
Yeah.
12 comics were on it. Pew!
You're like, wait, why is my name on?
Yeah, and 6 of them from Roast Battle. Hello.
All right, ladies
Without
and gentlemen.
further ado,
Otherwise, Aaron's gonna be like,
Well, shouldn't I sit across from him?
no, he's right here.
Yeah.
But I know, but I should be looking at him like you.
No, you guys look at each other like
I can
this.
switch. I can go over there. If you-
Yeah, we
All
might.
right.
You
Yeah.
know, do you guys know how to do a podcast?
I didn't know the seating was so particular.
Well, you gotta look
for
at
an
their
audio
eyes.
podcast.
Stay there.
Wait,
where
where
are you
you
going?
go?
I'm going there.
Oh, okay, I got you. My bad.
Aaron told us his dream last week, and we said, you know what? We got to make this guy's dream come true. Now, he's also a comedy veteran, so you'll have stand-up to talk about.
Yeah.
Probably not.
He's done the Yoo-Hoo Room at Flappers.
I headlined it.
Okay. You already tried to one-up?
Barb and Dave told me I was funny. I can come back and bring 12 of my friends.
Here he is, ladies and gentlemen. First time ever. Is this first time ever in front of the camera? Here. Taking his time.
When I'm not
What are
fixing
you
the
doing the
microphone.
Undertaker slow roll?
Yeah.
So what you guys talk amongst yourselves?
So
about this?
do I do an intro to my own podcast?
Yeah, we should
Is
have
this
brought-
inappropriate Earl or like
We should put towels over our heads so nobody can see us.
what? So like, do I get my own theme song?
Just feel them out.
But that's not how I do a podcast.
All right, then start it.
Can I play some music?
Yeah,
or
play your
Do
music.
you have like copyright?
Oh, no, we
I
can't
have
play
I have a theme
music.
song or something, don't I?
Can you play?
It's on there.
Can you look up the theme from MJF?
Hello, Aaron.
MJF AEW theme song. Do we get to hear it?
Oh, yeah, your headphones.
Oh, sorry.
If you had something new, drop a bomb how you do.
This ain't the MJF
An
theme.
engagement
This podcast sucks.
and a steak rape too.
I tell you, if this was a podcast on 9/11, I would have rooted for a quicker airplane.
Nice to
That's a Skakel classic there. Dude, where's the song, bro? Like,
That's the intro.
that's not the intro.
It's Aaron Scher's
I need
thing.
my intro.
Okay, your own intro.
Yeah, the MJF theme song.
Is it copywritten?
Yeah.
I'm assuming it is.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, you can't play that.
So you can't play copy.
We can't monetize it if it's copywritten. All right, so
Right.
let me sing it. Everybody, get together. It's the Big Earl Inappropriate Podcast.
With Aaron.
All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is a special episode of the Inappropriate Earl podcast at the All Things Comedy Network. Today, I have a special guest. This guy recently played Flappers.
No, he played Flappers like 8 years ago.
Oh, see, this is why I feel like I'm being set up.
It's set up.
That's set up.
Set up for success.
Dude, he played how long ago, Aaron?
So-
Ask him how long.
It doesn't work. You guys, it's a cone of silence over there.
All right, we'll just laugh.
We're here with the sound engineer from the All Things Comedy Network. This guy has done the sound for the Brody Stevens podcast with a co-host Eric Aligny.
Hey, by the way, can I give you just a quick piece
on,
of
dude.
info on him? He also drives a Jeep,
He drives a Jeep.
like you.
You want me to do
Talk
this?
about Jeep ownership. I don't know. I'm throwing
I know,
things
but
out
now I
there.
got to start
All
over
right,
again.
start it
It's
over.
like you're-
Take two.
Sorry,
Take
start
two.
You know,
Do you want
what
me to-
this is
do you want me to sing the theme song again?
Yeah, do
He
it.
drives a Grand Cherokee.
Everybody, it's time for the Big Earl Inappropriate Podcast.
With little Aaron.
Hey, yeah, get him, little Aaron.
Was that Kathy Lewis?
Yeah. Oh, I like Aaron.
Aaron brings a lot to the table.
All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is a special edition of the Inappropriate Earl podcast on All Things Comedy. Who knows? I might go rogue and be on a network. I've resisted. Today we have a very special guest. This man has done the sound for many great podcasts. Brody Stevens with co-host Eric Aligny, who's got many Brody shirts left for sale. You have to-
Bill Burr's podcast.
Bill Burr's podcast, the great Bill Burr. Bill yelled at me once on a podcast. I took a shot at trying to be funny with him, but it didn't work. It was on the Will.
Why are you looking at me? You got a guest right here.
Because you're like staring at me like Cindy Brady into the fucking camera.
Why would Cindy Brady always look at the camera?
That one episode where she got on TV and she just she froze.
yeah.
Bill Burr once yelled at me on a podcast. It was the Willie Hunter show, and I said, "Hey, Bill, do you think Ric Flair was ever on coke during his promos?" He's like, "What the fuck would you say that?" I'm like, "Oh, I don't know."
I mean, it's also very likely.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I thought. So we're here with the sound man of the All Things Comedy,
The daddy man and the sound man.
the Daddy Man, Sound Man. Currently, Jordy Fox is in the next room.
Yeah.
Comedy Store paid regular. Aaron, I know nothing about you.
That's fair.
What is your comedy experience?
I performed at Flappers.
Do you really want that over the air? For those of you who don't know, Flappers is a Mexican restaurant in Burbank.
I like Flappers.
I bet you do. Their business model seems to be right out of Igby's that used to be on Pico's. Now Foreplay, the strip club.
Can you call him the man behind the sound?
Dude, let me do the interview. I can't do this with the peanut gallery.
Okay, go ahead.
I have 350 episodes of the Inappropriate Earl podcast, 7 of the Comedy Store Wrestling podcast, and I'm a favorite guest. Just look me up on Podbean.
And now one of the Daddy and the Sound.
Daddy and the Sound. We're thinking about doing a third podcast because I have the time. It's what happens when you grow up in Bel Air. I'm not some penny pinching goyim who's got 6 jobs. So do you do comedy now?
No, I don't. It was a fairly short run.
8 years ago. Where else have you
11
performed?
years ago.
11 years ago.
2011.
I'm getting wrong intel. You know, this is like when Comedy Central called me up and said, hey, for season 2 of Roast Battle, why don't you sit in the front row with Dr. Ken? And then I was there for a cheating joke by some fat animal. And then Jeff's manager waved at me like a shelter dog. You can go now. Is she in charge of this show too?
Who?
I don't even want to mention
No.
that.
What are you talking about?
Where else have you performed?
I did mostly Flappers, one set at M Bar.
M Bar on Vine.
Yeah.
And how many times did you say you've performed?
6.
6 times in 11 years.
6.
What?
No, it was all then.
What do you have, a touring schedule like Dawkins? So you've done comedy 6 times in 11 years. All right.
Yeah.
And why don't you do it a little more?
It's just it's too anxiety inducing. I can't. I don't get a relief from doing it. I'm still anxious for the rest of the day.
If you stick with it, you'll get a relief from it.
Hey, Earl.
Hold on. I got to do this.
Can you ask Aaron if he could turn up the temperature of the studio?
Yeah.
It's a little
By the
too
way,
cold in here.
The air
it's
conditioner is dying.
12:44 here on Friday, January 10th, and it's about 100 fucking degrees in the studio. I know all things comedy makes money. Can we put the heat on?
The heat is on.
Glenn Fry, Beverly Hills Cop, 1984. What a shock! He died of a cocaine overdose. Yeah. Why don't you do comedy more often?
I just don't have any time.
You don't like it.
I don't. I didn't enjoy it enough to stick with it. Yeah.
And how did it go the 6 times you did it?
Pretty well. Yeah. Not bad.
But seeing that you work with Bill Burr,
Yeah.
the GOAT right now.
It's better that I stay out of the way.
But no, why wouldn't you say, hey, do you have any advice?
Oh, I didn't know him back then.
But you know him now.
Yeah.
Get back in the game, Maverick.
It's all right, man.
Can you tell him one of your famous bits?
Hold on, dude. Let me.
You got to hear this bit.
This isn't Howard Stern. It's not a fucking ensemble. I know what I'm doing up here.
You got to hear this bit.
I was ranked #1 on iTunes Comedy. Granted, it was because I paid for the privilege, but hey, why don't you tell me about one of your bits?
Well, obviously, I wasn't a professional, so I had a bit about veganism and how I have a friend who's a vegan or a vegetarian, I guess. She has been her whole life practically, and anytime I go out with her and her husband to dinner, she was like afraid of meat.
I bet.
Yeah.
Probably a pie licker. Fucking bitch.
So the bit was like, it was as if she had been steak raped. Was one of the lines.
Okay.
Don't you love it? Because his setup's as long as yours are.
I don't
Well, I
think
don't
they're
remember
long
the bit.
enough.
I've done it. It was 11 years ago. I don't remember it word
Well,
for
we
word.
got time. I don't have to be anywhere till 2. So basically, like, she was steak raped.
Yes, and then at the end, I remember the last line of the bit was, "Show me on the plate where it hurt you."
I think Jeff Ross just found a new writer.
I mean,
That's good. That's a high compliment.
No, Jeff only works with the best.
Oh.
What, do you have a second bit? I mean, what is? I don't think the setup was long enough, to be honest with you. But like, tell me now. We're gonna do better shit, but now it's your bits, and I'll be the judge. Tell me another joke.
Jeez, you're really asking.
I mean, not really.
I didn't prepare to.
Well, I didn't prepare either.
But that's what this is. It's just supposed to be like.
But unlike you, I could have researched, and I did not.
Well, I would have liked to call it like maybe 10 o'clock, even though I was killing on the main stage. I wasn't fucking around last night. Every comic says they killed. It's like, I was in the room. You ate a shit burger, Jack. I would have liked a little notification so I could do research on you. Tell me a second joke.
I had another bit about. It was about. So I was giving a massage to my girlfriend.
I bet you were.
And she fell asleep, and then
You put it in her
at
ass.
that moment I was like,
Let him finish the fucking.
I'm trying to help it.
no. So I kept going for a little bit, and at a certain point I was like, am I a creep? And then I just thought immediately the image of like the Prince Charming in Disney cartoons came to my mind, and I was like, they just walk up and kiss a girl that they see lying in the forest, and so it was.
And then you
about
said steak rape.
that. It was not. Their steak rape was not one of the lines.
But it's similar along the lines of the
There
rape.
are. Yeah,
Sorry.
there's a bit of a rape.
Go ahead. I'm
a bit of a
sorry.
rape open and a rape close in my act. Yeah. Really.
There you go.
I mean, rape jokes, they're tough to sell to an audience. 'Cause you got to figure half the room's women.
Yeah.
So they probably have known someone who's been sexually assaulted, which
But I was coming from their perspective in that bit, at least.
I
Like,
bet you were.
yeah.
So how long would you say when you had your big, like, stairway to heaven moment at Yoo-Hoo Room, how many jokes did you do?
Oh, I probably did 5 bits, maybe. We had like 8 minutes, 8.5 minutes, something like that.
Tell me the third bit.
There was other stuff. My grandma's a Holocaust survivor.
Good for her.
Yes. So, or she was. She passed away, obviously.
Oh, sorry about that. My bad.
So it was like, growing up, how do you compare the shit that bothers you to
What?
her? You know?
Holocaust,
So
yeah.
I read example, and then she's like, yeah, but was it the Nazis? And I was like, no. So it was like that. There's like 3 of those, comedy rule of 3.
You're like, no, they were serving pizza again at school lunch.
Her ovens must have been killed.
I would I've kind of improvised those examples. I never wrote any of those
Did
down.
I
Are you Jewish?
No,
By penetration.
Gypsy?
no, Catholics.
Catholic?
Wait.
They're Polish Catholics.
They got
Oh,
rounded up
Polish.
mistaken.
Well, I'm Jewish and Catholic.
Yeah.
My mom was Jewish, dad was Catholic. So
I don't think it was a mistake. I think they were
she must have had a dope tattoo though on her left arm.
No,
No, she didn't have the number.
no.
Oh,
It was weird. Yeah.
she was at the Holocaust, but she didn't have a number.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
It's like going
Your
to talking and
You
not
could have a
keeping your-
bit where it's like, my grandma was real white trash. She used to have this number tattooed on her arm.
Yeah, she was Jewish, hated walking by ovens.
Do you know what I want to do? What I would like to do?
Well, I mean, dude,
I know I'd like to flip it. I'd like Aaron to interview you now.
Yeah,
but I'm not done interviewing him. I'm just getting
it
going.
really is. We're warming up here.
Dude, you not only have long setups.
But I can't operate with you guys in my ear.
I haven't said anything. That's
isn't.
one question.
I'm
Inappropriate Earl's a one-man unit.
I bet it is.
So tell me about it.
the only man I need is Bruce Valanche.
Hey, dude, Bruce is, he's not only Emmy nominated, he's won Emmys.
You know what he calls his finishing move? The avalanche. It just
Yeah.
comes all over your face.
You know what? He's also Emmy slobulated.
All right, you interview me. That's inappropriate, Aaron.
Should I
I
sing
wanted to
a
ask
theme
you
song?
if you've ever.
Yeah, dude. Let's,
It's inappropriate, Aaron. Talking to Big Earl.
wait a minute. He gets a professional fucking, and you're singing 7 off keys below. The fuck? What is Comedy Central running this podcast?
You look like Dave Attell when he performs.
He does in the winter. He has that hat on. Okay.
Did you ever interview Sabu?
I've met him. I used to go to XPW shows.
Yeah.
And it was really sad because this is in like the early 2000s when his body was just broken. I saw him at XPW's, basically their WrestleMania at the Sports Arena, wrestling Terry Funk.
Oh, wow.
And it was maybe 50 people.
Oh, shit.
Like, it was like...
That's a big place.
Yeah, I mean, it's where the Clippers used to play, and that's where I saw Springsteen. So I literally, I felt like crying because it was like, these guys are still doing a barbed wire hardcore match to idiots like me.
Yeah.
And they had a tag team. The one thing I remember about that night was they had a black tag team called the West Side,
Oh, Jesus.
and they had merch. Like little kids were wearing West Side.
Wow.
Did you buy all the?
They were out of my size, so
Did you say Shabu? Is that the
Sabu.
Is that
That's
the,
Shamu.
Is that the Indian kid from Love on the Spectrum U.S.?
No, it's the Indian whale, Shabu. Shabu Shabu.
Shabadoo?
Shabadoo Quinones.
One of the best breakdancers
Yeah.
of our time.
Electric 2, Breaking Boogaloo.
Boogaloo?
Boogaloo Jones.
Boogoo?
Do you have a follow-up question, or is that the interview?
No.
Oh, I thought we were done.
No.
No, I always thought it was weird that he. I watched ECW when he was on it, and partnered with Rob Van Dam, and they would bill him as being from Bombay, Michigan, which I always thought was funny.
Oh, Bombay, Michigan. I didn't know there was one.
Well, I mean,
I doubt there is, but he was from Michigan.
I'm old enough to, and I've done this bit before here, but like, you know, with no internet as a kid, I really thought Abdullah the Butcher was from the Sudan, you know, because that's where it was. No, I mean, it sounds insane to people of your age, but, you know, his real name's Larry, and he's from Windsor, Ontario. And Kamala, I thought he really was from Uganda. He's from Mississippi, same difference, but...
Didn't you? You performed at Rage once.
The gay nightclub?
Yeah, it was Bomb Gay.
Yeah. Hello. I perform in gay clubs. I'm
Yeah,
fine.
I've done it.
Is he running the interview, or are you guys?
I'm happy to have them do it.
No, dude. This is your shot. This is your shot.
I
Not
like
my
it.
ideal moment.
This is how you get
great.
through it.
He's a difficult guest.
I'm a wild card.
Yes.
But I like your first question. Sabu. It shows you have knowledge. I saw the Sandman wrestle at LA Sports Arena. No, Olympic Auditorium. Same thing. 50 people in the room.
Oh, wow.
He came out with major guns. She was the girl with big double D jackhammers.
Nice.
Not really.
I mean, I'm a big Bret Hart guy. You ever meet him or speak to him?
I've never met him. I met Jim the Anvil once.
Oh, that's cool. I heard he was a really great guy.
Yeah, he was a very nice guy. I had a beard at the time, so I stroked my beard like he did, and I laughed like he did. I'm like, hey, Jim. And he just looked at me like, get the fuck out of my face.
Was this at Whole Foods?
Yeah, we got lots of foods. That's I did that when I did where was it, Cincinnati with Rob Schneider. This black limo driver picks us up at like 4 a.m, and Rob's like, "Hey, do you got any foods here? Do you have a Whole Foods?" And the guy's like, "Yeah, we got lots of foods." That's Benny the limo driver. I still talk to him.
Where do you place Bret in your pantheon of wrestlers?
Well, it's funny. Someone just asked me my Mount Rushmore of wrestlers, and it's very hard to. There's so many different eras. Like my personal, like do you do it based on like technical ability? He should be in there.
Yeah, for sure.
If you do it just on character, someone like Hulk Hogan, like who had virtually no technical ability.
Yeah.
Ultimate Warrior. So my personal for Kamala, who is on no one's Mount Rushmore.
Wait, pre or post legs?
I'm talking about the vice president.
Kamala Harris?
Same name as James Kamala Harris. I go Sting, Hulk Hogan, Warrior, and Kamala. That's just my 4 personal favorites.
Yeah.
But if you're going like technical guys, Benoit, I mean, listen, he killed his family with his finishing move, so we clearly know it worked. And but can I ask you?
How old is that bit?
Old school. It's classic Skakel. And can I ask you guys? Can I ask you a question, Aaron?
Sure.
You know how Benoit, he put his kid in the the crippler crossface. Basically, he put his
not aware.
He put his wife, and his kid, essentially in his finishing move. But for real, where was the kid's tag team partner?
The ref must have been watching him close. I don't know.
So, from a technical Mount Rushmore, you go Bret Hart, Benoit, a guy like Lance Storm, who was trained under Stu Hart, and Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah.
So
I put Michaels up there too.
yeah, I mean, and then
I love the guys who really in the 90s when I was watching heavily, like really sold everything for me. Like they put people over, they sold when they got hit really well, and so to me Michaels is like 2 or 3.
I think that if you're going to talk top sellers, and Michaels was very good, I don't think anyone beats Mr. Perfect.
Yeah.
Like when you look at his matches,
Yeah.
like when Hogan and Goldberg were fighting, and this is probably past Mr. Perfect's prime, the finish was Hogan speeding up Goldberg. He does the leg kick. He gets up to like gloat to the crowd. Goldberg gets up, and Mr. Perfect walks down the ring. And then Karl Malone's behind Mr. Perfect, and he puts a diamond cutter on Mr. Perfect. And Mr. Perfect sold it like Lee Harvey Oswald was in the rafters. Like it was just... and Mr. Perfect's vignette, where he does everything perfect.
He throws the football to
And he
himself.
catches it like 80 yards down. And like he does the basketball, he just goes like that. So it's hard to... when you ask about Bret Hart, where you place him, it depends on what... it's like asking someone who the greatest guitar player is. If you like just...
I thought it was Jeff Ross.
Jeff Ross does like to play guitar.
I thought it was Tommy Morris. Wow.
Jeff Ross likes to finger in double D minor. I don't let go.
I'd like it known for the record that Karl Malone allegedly impregnated a 13-year-old when he was 20.
Is that
Get him
true?
into roast battle.
So anytime.
Why not? I mean, I get kicked off the show because I'm like the only guy who didn't get accused of something. This business is unbelievable.
All right. Well, you know what?
What's your follow-up? No, we're not done. We're rolling.
We could do an ad read.
I got your ad read right here.
This is a great promo for your wrestling podcast.
But do you have to do an ad? Because he's just getting confident right now.
I feel like both of you guys are really getting going here.
Is this your first time, like being in front of the camera on a podcast?
Yeah.
Then get to the next question. You're rolling. I could sense you're becoming more at ease. Next question.
God, I don't want it to just be all wrestling centric.
Why not? It's our podcast.
True.
Wait,
You think I give a shit?
I say switch it up.
No,
to
hold on.
comedy.
You think I give a shit about what fans want to hear? I talk about Rat and Poison.
That's true.
If you don't know who they are, too bad.
Rat poison?
That's
Hello.
That's why he had the #1 podcast
Well,
on iTunes.
I paid for the ranking. Give me another wrestling
because he
question.
talked about rat poison.
Well, what about your big men?
Sid Vicious.
You can't. I'm even thinking like bigger. Like I'm talking like Bam Bam Bigelow was an amazing.
I dated a girl who looked like Bam Bam Bigelow. She left quite an impression on me and my air mattress. That bitch. Oh, sorry, I got too real there. Just beep out the B word. Top big men, once again, are you going technical skill? If not, you're just going size. Giant Gonzalez, the guy who they painted the muscle suit on. Poor guy. And there's a guy in AEW right now, Samir Singh. He's as big as Giant Gonzalez. 7'4". He looks like the great Khali. But in terms of, it's going to sound like I'm working for AEW. Their big guy right now, Wardlow, is amazing for a guy his size. Goldberg, he was pretty athletic. Every wrestler who worked against Goldberg says he was the strongest guy they've ever faced, which is why he hurt so many people.
But Bret Hart's career.
Yeah, with the kicking him in the chest. But I love Sid Vicious. When Sid Vicious turned on Shawn Michaels, when I'm down in one of my bipolar episodes, I watch that clip. We can't play that clip right now because
What about Andre the Giant?
he's a good dude.
What about Steve Austin?
He's the giant in the business.
Steve Austin banned me from Twitter, so
You know what
blocked
sport
me.
Psycho Sid loves? Softball.
Softball.
He would leave the WWF for like long periods of time, and they wouldn't tell him that he was leaving, and he was playing
What?
softball.
Yeah.
Vince McMahon's like, I'm going to fire you if you don't show up. Like
he's like king in the court. Like he loves, like he could be a pro softball player.
Maybe you should ask.
Well, you guys are chiming in about Sid Vicious liking softball.
giving you some tidbits.
Hey,
Yeah,
maybe-
one more question.
Maybe you should
then
ask him
guys
about.
do your ad read.
Maybe you should ask him about softball.
Do you like
Let me hear
softball?
about your softball career, your comedy league career.
I was on the Comedy Store softball team. It was a great roster of talent. Myself, Sarah Tiana, Josh Martin in right field.
Whitefield.
Richie, the manager. He was. And teams didn't like us because Richie just took the competitive level of the team to another level. Like, we were the only team with no matching outfits. Like, I'm showing up in a Kiss T-shirt. And then people were pissed at us because Richie brought his Mexican friend in who was like an ex-minor league baseball player, like pro.
Yeah.
So this guy was like Kelly Leak in the Bad News Bears. He cowed everything. He hit home runs. And we'd still lose, like, by an average score of 20 runs. But I was a second baseman, and I was so good at my position. I had horrible form, but I used to play goalie in hockey. So any ball hit to me, I would, like, make a kick save, stomp on it, basically, and do, like, the shuffle throw to first base.
You take that.
And all the teams were like, don't hit it to second base. That guy catches everything. So
Did you have a hockey stick with you?
I had a goalie stick.
Were you allowed a blocker on one arm and the
I
glove
had
on
a
the other?
full. I came out there in full goalie. Pretty hot. Is this his interview or
Were
yours?
you on rollerblades?
Ice skates. Eleanor was on the team. Tammy Joe. Well, you guys are talking to me like.
I'm just curious.
Bi curious. Hello.
Like Curious George?
What's your name? Yeah, he was a gay stuffed animal.
He was he's bisexual.
It was so Superman. I knew Superman was gay all the time.
Why?
Look at his lifestyle. Wears a three-piece tailored suit in the daytime, then at night ducks down an alley and fits into a form-fitting costume with his balls hanging out. He's not bisexual. That guy's as gay as Tony Falcone. Next question.
Hey, we're not
Aaron. Wait, this is like Tony Robbins walking on fire. I can sense he was uncomfortable when he came out here.
Oh, I still am.
But that's all right. I get nervous before every show. I was having a panic attack last night at the Comedy Store
Oh wow.
because
Yeah, that's why I couldn't do that.
Brian Simpson was killing. Next up, Stephen Fury, killing. And then I had to close it out. And I literally, it's fine. That shows you want it. Next question.
How much did you do? Did you do?
I did 45 minutes.
Did they get mad at you?
No, they told me to.
I did 40 the other night. And
In the main
they
room.
were like, so I was like, get the fuck off stage.
No, the Anthony was like, do whatever. I'll give you the light at 30. And then, because I think I think one or two comics didn't show up.
Yeah.
So they needed people to still pay their tabs and drink. So the last comic has a lot of leeway.
Yeah.
And trust me, I got no problem filling the time, among other things. Next question. He's rolling. We're breaking through right now.
I'm curious what O'Neill did for 40 minutes. But I guess you are headlining places.
What did I do?
I'm roasting you.
Oh, I did my act.
You just Crowdline
work?
Comedy
Yeah.
Works.
Yeah.
It's a big deal. Like,
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know if it was a shot or what.
no, I would love to headline Comedy Works.
Yeah, no,
Like,
nobody was missing. I was just going really fucking late into the night.
Oh yeah.
And so they were like, at like 38, they're like, everybody wants to go home now.
well, that's the thing. The employees want to go home, and I love all the employees at the Comedy Store, but they got to realize that, like, you know, like, how many people can say they can do 45 minutes to an hour or whatever at the #1 club in the country?
Especially in that room that night.
Like, you know, like I understand they want to go home, but like, you know, I don't know when my next main room spot's gonna be, so I'm not gonna do long on purpose, but like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm gonna do my thing. Next question.
Was the main room where the Kinnison spot takes
Yeah,
place? or
the
is-
Brody, Kinnison,
Yeah,
Holtzman
okay.
spot.
Okay, yeah.
So
I wasn't sure if
I
that
think
was
I'm
OR main room.
Emily's new Holtzman. I'll take it. I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
Is Holtzman here in L.A. or is he?
I heard some stories about him last night. You know, I don't want to.
He is for the time being, but I think he's headed back to
Somebody
New York.
said he was lost in the woods.
He might be going to Austin to live with that Indian family.
Again.
This is the way.
Well, you guys are like. Next question.
I wanna know the
We're
facts.
breaking through. This is like Tony Robbins walking on the fire.
How long have you been doing comedy?
22 years.
22 years.
I'm a soldier.
Clearly.
Didn't get on TV for 14.
And what? That was Roast Battle?
Fuck that show.
No. What was the first?
Roast
It
battle.
was Roast Battle. Okay. I can't believe it was that long ago.
I can't either. Apparently, I lost by winning.
Who did they say you lost to?
You know, I embarrassed the Comedy Central writer. That didn't go over well with the network. Beat Jimmy Carr.
All right, I gotta do this ad read. You're taking so long. Can I do the ad read between your pauses?
But he's rolling.
Pause 1 second.
He's on ecstasy?
But you know what he might need after this interview.
A 5-hour energy drink.
This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp.
That's absolutely right. Now a
Yeah.
word from our sponsor.
Yeah, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. You know what burnout means to you. Aaron, are you working too much?
Oh, yeah.
You not taking enough time for yourself?
Nope.
Have you ever felt burned out?
100%.
What did it feel like to you?
Like being on a podcast.
Well, that's because life and podcasting can be overwhelming, and many people are burned out without even knowing it. The symptoms can include lack of motivation. Look at this. You can barely ask him a question. Irritability. You're getting frustrated with his answers. Fatigue. You're getting tired because he's taking so long to answer them. Hey, look, we associate burnout with work, but that's not the only cause. Any of our roles in life can lead to us feeling burned out, but BetterHelp is online therapy that wants to remind you to prioritize yourself. Talking with someone can help you figure out what's causing stress in your life. I know that I need to talk to people sometimes because my life is stressful. BetterHelp is customized online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist, so you don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to. It's also much more affordable than in-person therapy and can be matched. You can be matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. And our listeners, guess what we're going to do for you? We're going to give you 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/ get a pencil for this, DO101 DANDO. That's betterhelp.com/ DO10 D1 slash DO101 DANDO. BetterHelp, because you are your number one asset.
Now back to the Aaron and Earl program.
And we're back. Did you see the Carlin documentary?
I didn't. I'm a fan of his, but
Yeah, he's my number one guy. So like, 4 hours with Carlin, amazing.
I mean, I met him once, and he was really nice to me, so I always remember that very fondly.
Yeah.
He was with Bruce Valanche, wasn't he?
This is at Hermosa when I was...
Hermosa
How
Beach
did
Marys.
he play at Hermosa though? He does curse a lot.
I think they made an exception for him.
I would hope so.
If you're a big name, you can say whatever you want down there.
He also was doing magic.
Yeah, he made his pee-pee disappear in some girl's mouth.
Hello. Oh, allegedly.
It's really good. You should check it out.
I would. No, I do
it's
like
really well
watching
made.
documentaries.
And there's a lot like
He's also
as
your
someone-
age.
As someone who
AIDS.
as someone who thought they knew everything, it brings other stuff to light. It's really cool.
I like watching documentaries.
I didn't want to say anything, but you sounded
Yeah.
like a...
I love watching documentaries. One of the better documentaries I've ever watched was, I forget the name of it, but it was about, I think it was called Patient Zero, and it was about the HIV scare in the porn industry.
Oh, it's a good one.
And there was this, I think the actor's name was Mark Wallace, and he had infected like 5 girls, and it was one of the more harrowing things I've ever seen. One of the girls he had only done one scene with, so they show the scene. So it's like, this is like, you can see someone literally getting HIV. And
Wasn't Mark Wallace the guy who said, I'm going to call a couple pipe-hitting brothers?
No, I think you're thinking of.
When did Mark Wallace turn
Marcellus.
black?
I think you're thinking of Mark
I
Wallace.
thought you were jacking off. What the fuck?
Did you watch it to make sure that you didn't have sex with any of the porn stars that had been infected with AIDS?
You know, I've had sex with a porn star too. You know.
What were the guys' names?
Larry Melnick and
Rodzilla.
Mr. Napier, Jack Napier.
Oh, Jack.
You have his
Jack-
autograph, don't you?
No, remember Jack Napier was at the Comedy Store boxing
Yeah.
thing, and Adam. You know, you think Adam works with Norm Macdonald, David Spade, all these big celebrities.
Oh, he fanboyed out on him.
And Adam came up to me pulling my shirt. He's here, he's here. I'm like, who's here? Mike Tyson. It's a boxing event. And he's like, that guy over there, it's Jack Napier. He's got the biggest dick in porn. It's like, Jesus, dude.
That's because Adam had a big hog.
Oh,
Big
yeah.
hog recognizes big hog.
I've seen it.
Is it big?
It's pretty big.
Bigger than yours?
It's up there.
Does it point to the right or to the left?
It's
like
straight
yours?
up like a missile silo.
You know, DeWitt thinks that you may have had plastic surgery on your penis, and that's why it pulls so hard to the left.
No, it's just a big dick.
I'll tell him
Just
that.
slice him.
Next question. We're rolling here. You got your ad read in. Let's get to his questions.
Did you see Top Gun Maverick?
I did.
What'd you think?
Here's the
I
deal.
wish Stu Michaels was in it.
Well, Stu Michaels.
Best character actor.
No, I'm a character actor guy.
You know who would have been a better Maverick? Sting.
That would have been pretty dope to look in the
Almost the
cockpit.
same age.
And here's the deal. If you walk into Maverick and you've never seen Top Gun before, I give Maverick a 9.5. It's a great action movie. But if you've seen the original Top Gun, I knock it down to an 8.5 because I thought the secondary actors in Top Gun were better. And
Yeah.
by that I mean, like the John Hamm character, he was clearly a clone of Michael Ironsides.
Yeah.
And and nothing against John Hamm.
Yeah.
And the
Go Karts.
John Hamm's sidekick, the black,
Warlock.
he was like kind of the Tom Skerritt character,
Yeah.
you know. It just wasn't the same.
It
and
wasn't, yeah, for sure.
Hangman was clearly Maverick's version of the Iceman, you know, the
Yeah,
young,
yeah.
and it just wasn't the same. And even the guy in the original Top Gun, the guy who was in the tower,
Yeah.
you know, who would always spill the coffee when they would do, that was missing. So
Yeah, they needed like.
You think
Well,
that-
when they did buzz the tower at the end, which was nice, like Ham had, he needed to have something in his hand to drop. Like it was, it didn't punch as hard as it could have.
and I understand
Wait, you thought the movie needed more coffee spilling?
well, no, I
Would have
understand
made it a lot better.
that you can't bring Tom Skerritt and Michael Ironside back because I think
Skerritt's dead.
Tom Skerritt. No, he's not.
He's alive.
Is
Tom Skerritt was 53 in 1986, so he's 89 years old.
Yeah.
But it was just, and I love Jennifer Connelly. I used to jack off to her in Career Opportunities.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, does she have some nice Maloney's?
Oh yeah.
It's a great Frank Whaley film.
Yeah, that really is.
Great early target before it was
Yeah,
national.
with the McDermott brothers, I think. So
Yeah, her on the horse, the coin operated horse.
and I got a coin-operated horse for you. So I
To me,
just
she's gone way downhill since then.
Why? Because she shaved her unibrow?
No, because she's like super skinny, and I think she got a breast reduction, and well,
and that
that's a
didn't.
crime against nature.
That story. This is where we bond. This maybe we out celebrities who've had breast
You think
reduction.
instead of banning abortion, you should ban breast reduction?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
I know a girl
Make
who
it
had
illegal.
G cups. She took them down to double D. I'm like, what are you doing? man?"
Who plays Double D?
Well, I mean, I've got some people in mind.
No.
Oh yeah. Oh right. Jeff Lifshitz. So overall, I liked it. The storyline was a little wacky. The Ukrainian like underground.
The rogue state, they called it. Yeah.
They didn't really go into that. You didn't hate the bad guys because you didn't really know who they were.
It's the same thing in the first one, though.
Yeah, but it's somehow it was. I think came through a little more in the first one. Hey, these are the bad guys and the
Yeah.
Russian MiGs and like. So I don't think, and you know, no Steve. Here's my biggest beef. I get having Lady Gaga. She's current, like, and I like the song. How do you not have Steve Stevens back for the instrumental, which is like probably the most famous song in the movie. Like
Yeah.
it's his song.
It's in there a little bit.
But it's not him. They didn't have him do
Oh, they
it.
didn't have
It was
him
like
do
a
it.
remake. And one more thing.
Chad Smith played the drums on the movie, though.
Love Chad Smith.
Yeah.
Chili. The the football scene on the beach was no volleyball scene.
No.
So it's just everything was a little off for me. But
I heard
it's
that it wasn't actually Chad Smith that played it. I heard it was Will Ferrell.
more cowbell.
Entirely possible, yeah.
Next question. He's
Yeah.
rolling now.
I mean, to me, and Mike Bertolina pointed this out too. Like the love scene is just so. The first movie, it's sexy. It's in silhouette. It's got the Berlin song over it. It's amazing. You know, you don't really see anything, but you don't have to.
I'm hard as a rock right now.
Yeah, you know.
But you're
And
right,
Tom Cruise
though.
has that reputation of like not really doing love scenes anymore. Certainly not in the Mission Impossible franchise.
Yeah, he's not.
So
he's
like,
not doing
for him to
Missionary
not-
Impossible.
And then to have Jennifer Connelly, who is still a gorgeous woman.
Oh, I'd hit it
Yeah, but like
with a shovel.
for there to not be anything really,
It
for it
just,
to kind of be cute rather than sexy is just like.
I just
a
think
bummer.
when you, this is basically a remake of Top Gun. I mean, it's the same setup for the most part. You can't recapture the magic, but it's a good movie. Like
Yeah.
a 20-year-old who's never seen Top Gun will go. And if you showed them Top Gun after Maverick, they'd probably be like, "Oh, that's boring." The first one.
Yeah, but he does munch Kelly McGillis's box for like 20 minutes in the first one.
I don't recall that scene.
That was in the director's cut.
I bet.
It might be.
It was in the erector's cut.
It's still Top Gun pussy munching.
I thought they made a version with Jeff Scott called Top Bun.
Top Scott.
Hello.
So it's like when they remade RoboCop with I think Jackie Earl Haley was the bad guy, who I love. You know, Kelly Leak from the Bad News Bears. They did like a.
Was he the bad guy in that?
I think he was. He was in it.
Samuel L. Jackson being the bad guy.
It's but I kind of forget, to be honest. But like it was not Kurtwood
Yeah.
Smith.
Oh yeah,
You know,
Kurtwood's
and-
one of the best.
You're a purist.
Yeah.
Well, I just think you lose.
That whole team of guys was great.
Bad News Bears remake. You know, I think the charm of the first Bad News Bears movie was those kids weren't actors. They were literally just kids picked off. Yeah, you saw this kid at Walmart. You know, and then the remake, those were clearly child actors. So I think any remake or loose sequel loses the charm that the whatever movie. Star Wars, same thing. Those first three I think are great.
Yeah.
And then, you know, the recent, you know, they're good, but they don't do it for me.
Yeah. Was Kirkwood Smith was in the original RoboCop?
He was
Was
Clarence Boddicker.
was Fez in there too?
Who?
That 70s show.
I didn't watch that 70s show.
That's from the era when you were like 36.
Yeah, but like RoboCop was the best.
Yeah. It's still great. I mean,
A lot of people would debate what's better, that 70s show or RoboCop.
RoboCop.
And you just
was.
proved the RoboCop.
I couldn't watch that 70s show. I was too busy rewatching RoboCop.
And Lethal Weapon, the first one.
You don't like
director's
the
cut.
Mr. Joshua?
Do you smoke? Do you smoke? Your lighter. Shut up. Shut up. The bulk of the heroin will be there Friday. If you try anything, you'll have to see Mr. Joshua. Yeah, swell, Mr. Joshua. He turned into Wheels, the bad guy. Yeah. Edo Ross, the great Edo Ross.
Where's your lady?
Wheels is teaching a comedy masterclass.
Yeah, I saw that.
You sign up?
First class is how to kiss Dice Clay's ass.
Can we sign Aaron up?
Aaron doesn't need it. We're breaking
really don't.
through.
No, but we can just use Aaron as the avatar for us so that we can.
But I mean, he's got to perform more than 6 times in 11 years.
Why? He's got it. He's got the chops.
That's the pace.
Do you
he
have a new
likes.
joke you want to try out? Bitter shit?
I don't know.
Can you think of one?
No.
Right off the.
Anyone off
anything.
the top of your head is going to be better than
That's how I do it.
30% of what he has written.
I wrote a joke this morning. It's right off the top of my head.
Okay.
Do you do a Top Gun Maverick joke?
Yeah. It's got to be something funny you found in that movie.
Yeah. It's like Top Gun
I don't
Maverick.
know what the joke is, but like, I did find it incredibly odd that Maverick rides around on his motorcycle without a helmet the entire movie
There you go.
in California in 2022.
There's a joke.
Against the law. Well, how about this? Top Gun, Maverick. Seems like Maverick's more of a bottom gun.
Yeah, he's not into the gay stuff.
I heard Maverick's been playing the guitar.
Hey, come on, man.
He's been majorly.
He's been fingering double D minor.
But I'm the bad guy. Unbelievable. My spots go down, his go up. Unbelievable. This business is unbelievable. I mean, Jerry Sandusky's only problem was he couldn't moonwalk.
What?
He couldn't moonwalk.
I think his problem was like the shower in public.
I know, with 12-year-olds. But those kids could tackle like a motherfucker. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, because they've been tackling that hog their whole life.
They knew what they were getting into. Those shower heads were at 3 feet. What the fuck do they think was going on there? He should have been the spokesman for Quiznos.
Have you ever seen, he used to do...
Fuck, it's hot in here, man. God damn, dude.
That's how Aaron likes his interviews.
Have you ever seen Sandusky on fucking Sex with a Minor?
Wait, what?
He did like a Dorf on Golf where he came in with shoes on his knees into the shower.
Tim Conway, old school. Can I get a glass of water or something? I'm about to have a fucking
Kiddie
heart.
pool out outside that door. You can dunk
Oh,
it.
you guys have like $10,000 worth of cameras? You don't have the fucking AC and all? I mean, I'm boiling right
busted.
now.
It's-
I'm really
Next
ha-
question.
really
happy.
We're
Fix next
rolling. We're
Friday.
rolling. Next question.
Shit.
He's looking at my computer.
He doesn't know the password. It went dark.
Tell me about it. No, not you.
No,
man.
I'm not. I'm just saying.
No help.
Um,
He has to do this on his own. You want a podcast with me? You gotta.
It's like an abusive stepfather.
This is comedy boot camp.
So 22 years ago, you started stand-up.
Yes.
How old were you?
44.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, it's not, you weren't 20. So, like, what made you want to start at that point?
Well, all my friends were like, "You're the funniest guy we know," and they all worked at like ICM and 3 Arts and William Morris. So
7-Eleven.
7-Eleven, Larry. You know, I used to do a practical joke where I would 3-way call 2 7-Elevens, and they would argue with each other. Like, they'd be like, "Hello, this is 7-Eleven. Hello, this is 7-Eleven. No, this is 7-Eleven." And they would start arguing with each other.
You would go, mama, mama.
Yeah.
Hello.
I would now. Do we have 3-way calling? We'll do it right now.
Were you doing it in front of your friends, the Jerky Boys?
Yeah, dude, we were the Jerky Boys, basically.
Jerky Boys, some of those calls still hold up, man. Sorry, go ahead.
And I also sent a gay prostitute over to my brother's house once.
And as you wait outside, the guy didn't come out for 4 hours.
I know, I was like, oh, my brother may be a salami liquor. Salami, bologna.
My brother works in the deli. All he does is handle the salami.
I had a friend who worked at that deli on Olympic, but he's the guy I did fantasy football with, and I traded him a dead player for a kicker. Traded him Fred Lane for Mike Vanderjack. I won my league.
And now you're not friends anymore?
No. Ever since I saw him putting boogers on sandwiches, I'm like, I can't.
Was this studio like formerly an old sauna? Because
No, the air conditioner's busted.
Yeah, fucking
It's
A,
replaced
dude.
next
Like,
week.
Next week? Why didn't I get the call to do it next week?
we didn't get.
I got 2 hats on, a scarf,
Well, that's
and I feel like I'm in hot yoga class.
Which you're going to, so you're
I
getting
am.
warmed up. You're getting limber.
Next
Do it
question.
here.
Why do you keep looking at pictures on your computer?
Because I'm trying to be stimulated.
I saw you and a lady that you see went to. He just randomly goes to him and it's a lady, and he just goes off of it like, all right, well, it's still in there.
Come on, man.
You want to do? Let me see the lady.
He just what the fuck? He looked at it like, all right, there she is.
Why don't you do better shit with Aaron?
I'm
Aaron,
waiting
play-
for the next question.
Aaron, play the new Bitter Shit theme song on there. Do you see it at the top, close to the top?
Bitter shit theme song.
It says Earl, or should it say something Earl?
Oh.
Old school.
My mama. Shit or bin, shit or bin, is it a shit or bin, shit or bin, is it a shit or bin, shit or bin, is it a shit or bin, a shit or bin, shit or a bin.
I like it.
It's the great Emery. Ryan, thank you.
Beautiful.
Mama.
New theme song. So now you're looking at someone kissing you from about 15 years ago.
You know, this is it. You should not be doing this to Aaron.
I'm waiting for the next question. Next question. Fine. You know what?
What about the bits and the shits?
So you like Carlin. Who are your other comedy heroes?
Archie Bunker.
Sure.
Goebbels.
The original Gerber baby just died. That baby got fucked.
Allegedly.
Stephen Wright.
I can see that. Yeah.
Robert Schimmel.
Jimmy Kimmel.
Franklin Ajayi. He's a black comic from the 70s who just unfortunately, you know, his prime was right when Richard Pryor was popping. And this is the 70s, so there's really probably only room for one black comic.
Ernie Hudson.
Bushman.
Leslie Jones is good. You know. I like how she can obliterate the light. Okay, I'm the bad guy. You can't say anything bad at it. You know.
Wheels? Wasn't Wheels a big
Wheels
influence?
awesome. I'm gonna take his master class. I mean, this business is unbelievable. That guy has accomplished nothing in this business.
What are you talking about? He opened for Dice in a bathrobe.
He's a master.
Right.
He's the top bathrobe comic in the world.
What am I supposed to do? Take a master class from Club Soda Kenny?
Okay, first of all, everyone get your bathrobes out.
Next question.
Does Club Soda do comedy or just security?
He's security, man.
Yeah, but he dabbled.
Did he?
Probably.
Don't we
I thought he
all?
was a cop, right?
Who knows, dude?
Comedy
I can't keep
cop.
up with Dice's whack
I'm a
pack.
cop, you idiot.
Yeah, come on, girl. Not a Tumbo.
I can't. I can't keep up with Dice's whack pack.
Beetlejuice is doing security for him now.
Great teeth, Beetlejuice. Next question.
Who had the best set you've ever seen at the store?
To me, Earl, you can say it. It's cool.
That's a tough one. It's been. I mean, this is an odd choice. It's up there. Billy Gardell in the main room, and he's not a store guy, but
Yeah.
he was a charity event, and it stood out. Like it was like applause breaks, standing ovation, and that's tough.
Kathy Lewis.
Vargas.
Wow. I mean, it's so. I've seen thousands of sets.
Bushman.
The rapping comedian.
Oh my God.
Levi from Crack 'em Up Thursday.
The wacky Iraqi Joey. I mean, Holtzman's definitely had some sets that were magical. Don Barris has had many late night sets. In terms of just like a regular set,
John Poet.
And on fire Joey Diaz. Can be
yeah, I mean, Joey's he's had some epic sets. Boy, I don't know if I can answer that right now.
Hart. Bartender.
Dean Gelber.
Norm Macdonald once came in, and about 2 a.m, there was maybe 6 people in the audience, and then all the waitresses started coming in because they were off, and he killed for like a half hour, like in front of virtually nobody. So that stood out.
Robert William Abrevaya.
Definitely. When me and O'Neill used to throw menus at him, and then me and O'Neill would go into the bathroom, and we'd wad up all the paper towels into like pretty hard softballs.
We'd wet them down.
And we'd chuck them at him, and some would hit him right in the face.
I was aiming for his nuts.
Yeah, D's nuts.
One time I hit him in the nuts real good.
Yeah, he goes, oh! Sometimes he'd have a boner.
Along that line, then, what are some of the greatest hijinks you've seen at the store or been a part of?
Definitely the Ari Shafir, Dan Madonia double blowjob on stage.
What happened with you and Schubert? I saw a picture of it.
I was on a roast with Schubert.
No, you came out from behind him on the OR stage, didn't you? Naked?
Oh, yeah, I did the Buffalo Bill.
Oh,
Did he know you were there?
No.
And he thought he was
And
slaying?
he thought he was killing.
Are you friends with him?
Oh, yeah, we're good guys.
Okay. From high school?
He's had a lot of great sets, like.
She was great.
But the funny thing about the Ari and Madonia thing was me and Don Barris were on stage doing the band, And then I think Ari and Dan were arguing who had the biggest dick. And the porn star, and by that I mean actress, was in the room. She says, well, get on stage, I'll suck both of you off, and we'll see. And so they set up 2 chairs, and she starts, sucking Ari and Madonia off, and neither guy could get hard. And I don't blame them. Because there was maybe 7 people in the room when it started. In about 5 minutes, it was like the Springsteen video for Born to Run. You couldn't move in there. There were so many people in there. Wow. And I was next to Ari because I'm on a chair playing fake drums, and she's like grabbing Ari's dick like a slinky, going like this, and like
Did she let it crawl down the stairs?
And he's closing his eyes, trying to concentrate, and she's like, "It's okay, baby. I've done this before." And I was like, "I bet you have." And
not too many times, have you?
And they called it, and Tripoli's on the side doing announcing, and Don's doing his thing.
This is a simulation, bro.
And then she
let it go, Ari.
She's a lizard person.
Let the poison out, Ari.
And then she stayed on the stage for about 30 minutes, completely naked, taking questions from the audience. And she got weirded out by PJ trying to take a picture of her private area.
Was there a time that he didn't ruin everything?
But it was the greatest night I've ever experienced there. Everyone's having a laugh. It's craziness. And then PJ's trying to stick a cell phone up her bear trap. And, so that definitely stands out. A couple roast
Did you ever
battle
tap
nights.
her on the shoulder and be like, hey, let me just sub in for a minute. It'll be hilarious.
I mean, no, I couldn't have gotten hard either. Like,
No, I'm saying you start sucking Ari's dick.
What if we sent you a heavyweight UFC fight on your phone?
I probably could get hard.
What if she was sucking Overeem's dick on stage? Would you be like, oh, let me have a go of that?
I mean, if it was Paul the Headhunter Bonatello
Oh, boy.
and
Michael Bisping liked when you used that line recently.
Barnett, yeah, he did like that. Old school.
Barnett, best nips in the MMA game and pro wrestling game.
And some early roast battle nights were very fun. Yeah.
What about some dong shows?
Ding Dong shows? Has some definitely epic Ding Dong shows when Kimmel would be up there, and I thought,
Radomir.
Yeah,
those days.
Dr. Carl, who I guess ended up being a pedophile, so I'm
allegedly
surprised he didn't stick around longer.
I think he got off on that though.
Yeah, it was special.
Literally and figuratively.
What goes into 13 twice? Dr. Carl.
The joke's on him. I jerked off to him on America's Most Wanted.
What about meeting the LA Kings?
I've met the Kings there. I'm trying to think. Like when I've been on stage, like personal highlights.
Sergeant Slaughter.
That's probably my number one highlight.
Doing Ric Flair promo.
I was lip syncing. Maybe we can. Can we play that?
You lip syncing?
No, to Ric. You can't play a Ric Flair video.
No.
Even though it's not on.
It might get.
Okay.
But it's they'd have to watch the video because audio that was too much.
Interviews get flagged.
It was a promo where Ric Flair might have been under the influence of cocaine.
Potentially.
And he's talking about, he's talking about he's the man. And he starts mentioning all these local Atlanta celebrities. Like it's pretty funny.
Tyler Perry.
The Dale Murphy, Atlanta hero, he's a big deal, but he's not the jam. And Herschel Walker, for all you black folk out there, he's he clearly wanted to use another word. And I'm lip syncing it to perfection. And in the crowd is Sergeant Slaughter and Roddy Piper. And Sergeant Slaughter's doing the "We're Not Worthy" to me.
Oh, wow.
And he's like, "You're my favorite comic," and that's a pretty big highlight.
I saw him walk out the door, and then he looked to somebody in the parking lot, and he goes, hey, you're my favorite comic.
Oh, fuck.
I think he just says CTE.
That's all right.
So I'm getting his Uber. He goes, hey, you're my favorite comic.
Too many camel clutches.
He wears the uniform, doesn't he, in public?
I don't know. I don't want to ruin that. He meant it.
Probably.
Are you still in touch
alive.
with
We
him?
could call him, yeah.
Let's call him right now.
Do you have his number?
No.
We can't call him.
Then we can't call
Let's call the Army office.
What about when Brutus the Barber Beefcake threw a full glass of beer on you?
Yeah, when I was at the Iron Sheik roast, has dressed up as the Ultimate Warrior. Brutus Beefcake came up to me before. He's like, "Hey, you can joke about whatever you want, just don't joke about my drug trial he had coming up." So of course that made me want to do a joke about the drug trial. So I did a joke, he got mad because I'm like, Brutus, you've had a lot of nicknames. Brutus the Barber, Booty Man, the Disciple. One name you'll never have is Brutus the Good Wrestler. And he poured his beer on me.
Why'd you do one of his drugs? One thing you'll never hear is, Brutus, you're not guilty.
Right. I mean, well, you weren't there, so I did go with what.
Things would have been different if you were there.
So, a lot of highlights at the store. I mean, it's a pretty amazing place. I'm sure you guys have
Have you ever been, other than the Jimmy Schubert, have you ever been naked there?
a lot of times. Well, I almost got
You got in trouble once.
I almost got Me Too'd out of the Comedy Store.
Yeah, I remember that.
Because I did the Buffalo Bill thing, and it never did not kill.
Yeah.
I mean, it just, it's just the insanity of a guy in his late 40s at the time sticking his dick between his legs going, who wants to fuck me? I'd fuck me. I do a good impression of Ted Levine.
Sure.
Is that it?
And I do some other impressions.
What about Ted Knight?
Oh, candy cane.
Well,
You remember him in Joyride?
Ted Levine?
Candy cane.
I remember him in Crime Story with Dice. So this girl in the audience apparently liked my performance a little too much. So her boyfriend the next day makes up a phony account on Facebook and emails the Comedy Store. This guy showed his dick. He rubbed it against my girlfriend, which clearly didn't happen. Yeah. I mean, I owe a lot to Adam and Eric Anderson, the manager. They were like, we know it's not true. But, like, it got as high up as the Comedy Store lawyer, like, which is never good. And so,
That's pretty high up.
I mean,
Are you still doing it?
no, not since that night.
Bring it back.
It's a good bit because I would close it out, not just by doing some push-ups with my dick tucked between my legs, but then I would pretend like I dropped my keys. So I'd bend over, and the crowd got the full view.
Do you miss that those days are kind of over at the store? Like it's
Kind of.
more-
Those days are long gone.
Yeah, they're way long gone. Sorry.
I don't think Emily would be down for that bit.
No.
I don't know.
I don't
her.
think anyone. Management, nobody.
It is. It was funner back then, but now it's like.
Makes more money.
Yeah, now there's legit crowds.
Yeah,
I'll take the crowds over you fucking tucking your dick between your legs.
Like last night, I had one of my better sets in the main room. I'd rather do that than, in front of 12 people in the OR show my pee-pee. But it was fun. Like I'm laughing now at something that happened, 5 years ago.
Can you give him some bits to punch up?
Yeah.
We don't have much time left.
What are we on? What do we have left?
We're at 140.
Like 20 minutes.
20 minutes. All right.
Well, it's a picture of Earl's butthole right there.
Let's check in with Aaron real quick. Aaron, how are you feeling right now?
He did good.
Are you feeling good?
I'm feeling way more comfortable now. Yeah, although it has gotten incredibly hot.
Yeah, no, this is what you have to work through sometimes.
Well,
Extreme heat.
Yeah. Now I feel for you guys. I'm
Do you-
in my corner?
Do you do you
know
think you're
what.
gonna start your own podcast?
He's got potential.
No. I mean, yeah, I gotta. Yeah, at some point, maybe. I don't know. I don't really have the time, unfortunately.
Well,
I'm very busy.
This was just a complete waste of time. I wish I would have known that 2 hours ago.
He has no intention of starting his own podcast now.
Well, I mean, why would he?
I do.
Go
It's
out
just-
on top.
It's just hard. Yeah,
It's like Michael Jordan in Utah. You got to know when to fold them.
I have the problem of I want to do it right and I want to do it well, and that's.
You'll
can't-
get past that.
skip it. Yeah,
You
exactly.
gotta hurry up and stop doing that.
I think if you quit one of your softball leagues, you might find time.
I would have the time, yes, but
Well, there you go.
it's not happening yet.
You got more softball left in you.
You got some
I
bits
see.
ready?
I'm ready, but
I see some Deshaun Watson bits already from over here.
Let's see. All right, here we go. Give them to Aaron. See if Aaron can punch him up. Help punch him up.
But you guys can't help. I want.
What?
No. Yeah, I mean, I want.
Okay.
Hey, Trump is so out of it. His favorite comic is Bill Barr. Instead of Burr, yeah.
Oh no!
I thought you were talking about Roseanne.
But no. I want to. Let's see what Aaron got.
I know it was Bert.
Fuck, it's hot in here, dude.
Take your winter hat off. You have another hat.
I mean, heat does escape from the top of your head, so
Is that?
I got something.
Is that punch up for the bit?
no, it's just science.
All right. Wait, you gotta give him a shot. Did you like that bit or shit?
You just, I mean, you have to know that Bill Barr is his Secretary of State or whatever it was, whatever. I don't even know what position he held, to be honest. I know he was a evil creep.
TA, right?
Dude, I have
Yes,
no idea.
he was
not
I bet he was getting
no,
that
Attorney
dick,
General.
that dick and ass.
Attorney General, yeah. AG.
Getting that ass,
I'm gonna keep it.
ass and goobies.
He's on the. All right, how about
Escaper.
now? This one's it's a little long, but
Oh, that's your style.
That's a trademark Earl bit.
all right. Attention, all masseuses in the Cleveland area. If asked to sign an NDA before the session, better stock up on baby oil and the current phrases: turnover, you been here before, and are you a cop? And who plays quarterback on the Browns? He doesn't like it.
That's one of the worst bits I've ever heard.
Did you tweet that?
No, I did it last night in the main room.
Did it crush?
I mean, I'm not going to lie and say it crushed, but it got a good laugh. I'm
You
like,
know what would make it funnier?
But,
is
but
more setup. Oh, sorry.
more setup. All right.
Longer.
What is that? What you think?
Everyone does.
Sure.
You see?
Aaron's always going to say steak rape.
Well, let's just go
That's
through it
okay.
now. We got. How bad do the Cleveland Browns think Baker Mayfield is when they'd rather sign a guy with 66 accusers than watch him do another insurance commercial? Because he does a lot of those fucking commercials.
Can I do one of my new jokes?
Oh yeah, I mean,
Here
I
it
don't mean
is.
to hog it up.
Yeah. I wonder if O.J. Simpson liked the Killers on the name alone. What the fuck?
That's a good joke. Right?
That is a good joke.
That's pretty good. So that's a keeper.
He looked at me like, wait, you have that joke too?
Are you stealing from me, you motherfucker?
Let me hear you deliver it.
So I just laugh like I just told it.
Yeah.
Hey, I tell you guys, man, you ever think OJ's favorite band is the Killers just on name alone? It's pretty good.
Where's the what the fuck? I see it written.
What the fuck?
There you go.
All right, here's one. Here's a hot one. Nick Cannon has 7 kids by 4 women and has 3 more on the way. Who does he think he is, an NBA player? How the fuck do you have 3 kids on the way by 1 woman? I mean, how big is her pussy?
You should go right into the Godzilla's mom bit.
What you could say, the only woman, the only thing big enough to carry that many children is Godzilla's mom.
And then go right into the bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, do you guys think Rodney King would be good at Postmates? Because he drove like a motherfucker that night. Do you think the singer Pink likes the saying "one in the pink, 2 in the stink"? I'll guess not.
Her sister's name is Sting. You know who loves Pink? Steve Renazizi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Been to
bet.
live shows. Yeah.
What the fuck? What kind of podcast this is?
I got it.
Boy, I tell you, bring your kids to work day on a porn set must be a real doozy. What's going on here? We're doing like maintenance? Fuck.
It's the heat. The heat melted it.
The porn set that's a good bit.
Yeah, that's a good one.
All right.
Ask Aaron. Aaron's gonna. Do you have any punch up for that one?
Say it one more time.
What joke did I do? I forgot.
Porn star.
Hey, boy, bring your kids to work day must be a real bitch on a porn set.
Could you do something about how they lose custody of their children?
Oh, right after the yeah,
You
maybe.
could be like, good thing they probably lose custody of their kids. Otherwise, bring your kids to.
Did that guy who had AIDS gave it to a bunch of porn stars? Was there something about him with a samurai sword as well, or is that a different guy?
That's a different guy.
Oh.
That's the Asian guy.
Yeah, he killed.
Yeah, he killed him.
Steven Seagal.
Talk about the Japanese guy that ate
Yeah.
the women that now does porn in Japan.
No, he killed himself. He did Harry Carey. What do they call it?
Seppuku.
Oh, what was it?
It's like a keyboard player from the Tubes. He did the same.
Harry
thing.
Carey from baseball.
Yeah.
All right, here's a racial one.
Oh boy.
No, it's not like I know you guys have sponsors. Whales are like the black guys of the ocean. I mean, who else lives in the ocean has that big of a hog? I mean, they got some big dicks. That's all I'm saying.
The biggest.
Hey, this is from the Earl Business Report. Hot dog salesman during Pride experienced a 4,000 increase in sales. I guess hamburgers went on to heterosexual Pride.
Why don't you say? Why don't you say something about how hot dog vendors, like Pride weekend, is their? It's like their Christmas. It's when they're finally in the black dong.
Black Friday, yeah.
And you can tie that into the whales.
Got a dating site for people with HIV.
Pride is the Black Friday for hot.
For hot. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Maybe.
There you go.
Yeah.
You could say it's the Black Hog Friday of hot dog sales.
It'd be like Pride. I haven't seen any lions out there.
Hey, how much? I gotta wrap it up. I gotta go hot yoga, but we'll get to it.
If you stretch it here, you can do the same thing.
How much do the classified ads cost in the Jerusalem Post? Those must be a real fucking knuckle and grinder.
By the way, you might be cold at hot yoga after this.
You're gonna need that
Jesus,
scarf. Where do you take it? If anyone listening wants to join you a few weeks from now.
Wait. Hold on, dude. I can't listen.
I do yoga in the YMCA shower.
What language are they speaking in nail salons? Ewok?
Aaron, tickled him.
Shit, I got some. This might be my best bit of shit ever.
You just needed to get us out.
Maybe this will work. Hey, I watched a documentary on prison rape, and as soon as it was done, I wanted to be in prison. Because I want to get fucking worked. Hey, when are they going to
make that happen?
When are they going to make a copper sleeve for your dick?
What'd you say?
Copper fit,
Like the old people wear 'em?
like Brett Favre.
Dick.
Arby's.
It's called the cocker fit.
Arby's, we've got the meats. Well, after eating there, you can keep them.
How about it? You got the shits.
We've got the I'm killing right now.
Dude, hold on. You can't just go past this Arby bit.
Wait, hold on. Here's one
You
more.
can keep
Before I read.
'em.
In grade school, I used to love playing Snatch the Bacon. And as an adult, I love playing it too. But I ain't grabbing for an eraser now.
What's Snatch the Bacon?
Yeah,
I've never heard of that.
It's when you would have 10 kids on each side, like say 50 feet apart, and in the middle was an eraser, and you'd yell, snatch, and you'd try and get the eraser.
And you called it the eraser bacon?
Snatch the bacon.
I've never heard
No,
of this.
I thought Kevin Bacon.
You heard of it?
I remember it. I don't remember the name, but yeah.
What
you should say, when I was a kid, they used to make me play Snatch the Bacon. I'm Jewish. What the fuck?
It's not bad. It's not bad. This is terrible. I watched a self-help video by David Goggins, not because I was trying to be more positive, but because it was titled Stay Hard. And I'm 53, so I thought I better watch it.
That's the Beach Cops. We do a lot of David Goggins talk.
Yeah, fuck everyone. I love David Goggins. Fuck you guys. Have enemies. Stay hard.
Come on, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he wants you to torture yourself every day.
I do it. I work out. That's why I'm going to hot yoga. I'm not very good at it, but when I'm struggling in a hot yoga, I hear him say, stay hard.
And you look at a girl's camel toe and you're like,
yeah.
oh, I am hard.
Thanks, Goggins.
So wait, what were the ones you gave me advice on? What was the one?
The Pride hot dog one.
Yeah, Black Friday for hot dogs.
You should say Black Hog Friday.
Black
Or
Friday.
Black Hog.
Speaking of black hogs, I saw quite a few down there. Hello.
How would you say it?
Pride month. It's got to be Black Friday for hot dog vendors.
And one guy tried to put one on my plate. I didn't even order it. What is this, steak rape?
And by plate, I mean my hand. And by hog, I mean his dick. And by eat it, I mean I sucked it.
And what was the one you just said?
Snatch the bacon?
Yeah. I'm Jewish.
I'm Jewish. What the fuck?
You got to say half. I mean, please. Come on.
Yeah.
Don't discredit the rest of us.
All right, so should I do a few more and then we get out of here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let me get to some bangers.
Do that
here.
Jenna Jameson.
That's a real long window.
Oh, that's what I like.
Yeah,
that's why I picked
okay.
it.
That's what people want, dude.
That's the meat and potatoes.
Jenna Jameson, the retired porn star, has a mystery illness that has put her in a wheelchair. And is her mystery really an illness? I mean, you fuck a bunch of dudes. Hold on, dude. Let me get it out.
You blew it.
I mean-
is her mystery really an illness?
What is this Scooby-Doo joke? It's a mystery. Is her mystery
I
really
mean-
an illness?
It's her
I'm going to
illness.
start over.
All right, start over. Start over as much as you want.
So act like I just did a big laugh.
Good one.
Hello.
Hey, guys. Jenna Jameson, the retired porn star, has a mystery illness that has put her in a wheelchair. And is her illness really a mystery? I mean, you fuck a bunch of dudes with 12-inch hogs for a few years, you're not going to be able to walk for a while. Shit, probably even going to the bathroom is no picnic either.
I liked it better the other way. Is her mystery really an illness?
Longer setup.
Look, it's hot in here. Hey, a small beanie on my head looks like an unrolled rubber. Am I right?
Looks like a yarmulke.
You look like Adebisi, dude. From fucking, what's the prison show?
Here's one.
Oz.
Here's
What's the size on that winter hat you got on?
big.
I had it let out by my tailor.
I wear Magnum winter hats.
Dave
Yeah,
Taylor.
that's a good one. My head's so big.
I wear Magnum beanies.
There you go.
Hold on.
This is the only reason he comes on the show, is to get a few new jokes.
Dude,
I got a semi-long one here. Hold on.
Oh yeah. You have any ones with numbers?
Yeah.
I'm missing some good number
Yeah.
setups.
dude, you should say these long jokes when you give them to the audience. You're like, hey, I just want to let you know this is a 12-incher coming at you.
All right, so I'll give a fake laugh.
Hey.
Ma, 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 ma.
Hey, the Denver Broncos were sold to a Walmart there for $4.6 billion. And I just bought the whole WNBA for $32.
Too soon.
Yeah, you could say like
It's hurtful.
for $15 at a box of Kotex.
The the NHL Combine is a lot different than the NFL Combine, mainly in color.
And then you should sing the song "Colors" by Ice-T.
Colors. I am a nightmare walking, psychopath talking.
Oh, see, it's a great day.
I mean, I know we're under the clock here.
Give us one grand finale.
All right.
Two. We have time for two good ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
And on a
Bring
bang.
some heat.
Gavin Newsom won by like 40%. So all you people who voted for him today and wake up tomorrow with increased crime, homelessness that makes L.A. look like the end of Escape from New York, and about 400 other things, fuck you.
Just a political rant.
Yeah.
Wait, you did that on me when I walked in here.
I kept it real.
You go,
That was a
he
warm-
won by 70%. So everybody's complaining about gas prices. Fuck you.
He's trying it out.
So L.A. looks like Escape from New York and not Escape from L.A.
Yeah.
There you go, dude. That's the tag for the bit.
Tag for the bit. I like it. Hold on.
He's like, I like it so much, I'm not even typing it down.
No, I'm trying
I'll
to
remember it.
We're under the clock, dude. I'm trying to
I like this new political Earl.
yeah.
It's a new direction for you.
Call him Poly Earl.
Hey,
Polyamorous.
the Carolina Panthers will have the first transgender cheerleader, and I want to know who on the Panthers had to verify that. That must have been a hell of a uniform check. Hey, honey, what are your measurements? 36, 24, 36, 9.5.
That's classic Earl numbers.
I like when you said Veriti.
I can't.
That was a reference to Aaron's time in Asia.
Yeah. Cinema Veriti. Dude, give us one more. That's a good one.
Hey,
But I think you should drop who had to verify it.
and
You're like, she has the perfect proportions. 36, 24, 34, 9.5.
Amber Heard needs $15 million, so that means she pretty much has to do any film offered to her. So it might be a good time to reboot my idea for Black Ice, which is about the first all-black hockey team to win the Stanley Cup, and then 10 minutes later they melt it down in the parking lot for chains.
For what?
Chains,
Make
like
chance.
Gold chains.
Why don't you do something with Amber
It's
Heard?
not, the Stanley Cup's not gold though. But,
I, thought he was- I was thinking the ice was the melted down.
yeah.
What's an Amber
that's
Heard
it.
movie? What's a famous movie that Amber Heard did?
I've never seen one of her movies.
She's in Zombieland. She's in.
Johnny Depp was
Aquaman.
in Private Resort with Dice. That was his first movie.
Oh,
All right, one more. All right, this is it. This is a.
bring the heat on this.
Okay. This isn't that funny, but I'm going to take a shot.
Perfect closer.
When porn stars, it's long, so I figure you guys could play with it. Aaron, get ready, man. This is a hot run on the
Here.
griddle. Hot one on the griddle. I got a burp. Sorry. This mic smells like shit. Is Jamie Salee down here? You know, when porn stars come home from work, what do they do for fun? I mean, for most of us, when we come home from work, we want to have sex. But what do you...
This is spoken like a guy who's never come home from work.
He has had sex, though. He has had
Everyone
sex.
comes home from work, first thing they're like, let's have sex.
God, I've been out there working construction all day. Let's fuck.
Man, battled traffic, had to work all day. I'm ready to fuck hard.
now I got to start over because
Should we put the kids to bed or should we just fuck right away?
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
As soon as I walk in that door, I'm ready to fuck after working 9 to 5.
I don't care if my dinner's ready, but you better be bent over waiting for me.
Guy has no clue about God.
You guys I gotta go, dude. This is like. So let me get out the joke.
I'll tell you what.
Holy fucking hot in here, dude.
Being a manager at Walmart was rough today. You know what I'm going to do when I get home? Right away, I'm going to fuck.
I'm dying up here.
The show? You were on it. You were on it.
Bill. Were you Bill?
I'm Al Sims.
Al
man.
Sims.
You were Phil Sims'
Bill
nephew.
Sims. All right, go ahead. Dude, it is unbelievable.
It is hotter than a well digger's ass in Death Valley.
Nice.
That's a good one.
It's hotter than Jeff Scott's T-cell count in the 80s.
Inside joke.
Old school joke. Old school. Laugh, fake laugh.
Whoa.
Hey, you know, when porn stars come home from work, what do they do for fun? I mean, for most of us, when we come home from work, we want to have sex.
I can't. It's so out of touch.
I got something in touch for you.
I got something you can touch.
Dude,
Go ahead. Start over.
All right. Fake laugh.
Woo. Wow. That's hot.
Hey, you know,
Yeah.
Earl. That's right, Earl.
what are you, whistling for a dog?
Yeah, baby.
Cujo. You know, when porn stars come home from work, what do they do for fun? I mean, for most of us, when we come home from work, we want to have sex. But what do you do when work is sex? Gotta feel bad for their partners who probably whacked off to their films, started dating them, and then they come home and want to watch Stranger Things. What the fuck?
Well, they come home and work. They come home and put a uniform on.
I mean, we're working out.
No, I like the Stranger Things. I've got some Stranger Things you can watch. Watch me put this remote in my
You
pussy.
say, Winona Ryder. I barely knew her.
Ramona Ryder.
Let's end on that. So, a couple years ago, you got another podcast or two. Well, they can wait. This is funnier.
It's gonna smell
No, I'm
great
just
in here,
joking.
by the way.
Long story short, I'm at Good Earth on Pico and Overland about literally 20 years ago. I eat my breakfast. It was like a vegan place. I go in line to pay. Johnny Depp and Winona Ryder are in line ahead of me. And the black dude behind the counter starts freaking out. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. It's Johnny Depp. Oh, my God. And Johnny Depp looks at him and goes, you want to yell it into a bullhorn? And then Johnny Depp looks at me. And I'm like, can you believe this idiot thinks I'm Johnny Depp?
What'd he say?
Winona Ryder laughed.
Hello, mama, 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 mama.
Aaron's in charge of the soundboard.
That's Ben Jones. Ben Jones kid.
Ben Jones.
Baby Ben Jones.
Baby Ben Jones.
That's a great story. Wait, did you get Winona Ryder's number?
I would have worked it.
Why didn't they call you to the trial as a character witness?
You know, I was ready.
You wait for that call.
Yeah.
Stayed home from-
It would have been the first callback I've had in 5 years.
Earl, thanks for coming on. But the true
Yeah.
star
Aaron
of
was
the
the
show,
star.
Aaron, ladies and gentlemen.
First time.
Yeah.
They say
Busted your cherry.
they say the first time's the best.
Get up, Aaron.
Oh.
Let's see that busted cherry red mark on the chair.
Let's see that fucking. I bet you did what I used to do in the clubs in the 80s. I'd wear sweatpants and grind a girl and then come on the dance floor.
I'm going to say he did what all of us did, is just sweat through the fucking cushions.
Tell you, in
on
the
this
80s,
chair.
it wasn't the Me Too era. It was the Why Not Me Too. Hello. Inappropriate Earl.
Listen to Earl's podcast and the wrestling.
Oh, there ain't no number. Well, it's the #1 bestiality podcast. It's great for me and you. It's Danish
I gotta go by lottery.
and O'Neill.
Who knows? This is the kind of area you went in. These whole urban industrial. What? Do you study?